Hey everyone, I wanted to check in to see how you were doing on the Pleasure Diet Challenge. If you missed the challenge, what I did was set a challenge instead of New Year's resolution to do something every day that just feels good. So often we get caught up in doing, being, achieving that we don't do anything that feels good for us. And especially if you're single and wanting to date, you can get caught up in all that yucky energy of how difficult it feels, how hard it is to meet someone, and it takes the fun out of you, and it also kind of gives off a bad energy when you're in that mode. So I set the challenge to do something every day that just feels good, and it's not about doing something for someone else, and it's as little as 5 minutes a day. And what's the benefit of this? What it is when you do something that feels good, it releases happy chemicals into your body that are good for your health, good for how you feel, good for your happiness. So it literally releases dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin and nitrate oxide, which is amazing. So you kind of want to be able to do something every day, and it is all about, I talked in the last video about pleasure shaming. It's about balance in everything. And I want to talk about the Bliss Point. And I'm not sure if you've heard about the Bliss Point. If you Google the Bliss Point, it is about having the right amount of ingredients to optimize deliciousness. How amazing does that sound? So the right amount of ingredients to optimize deliciousness. So they talk about, enough salt or enough sugar to make something delicious. Now life is a little bit like that. We want to achieve that perfect bliss point, right? And the bliss point is this perfect balance between, doing stuff that we have to and doing stuff that's fun and causes us pleasure. So just to give you an example of what that might be, you could, on the lower end of the bliss point, you could deny yourself chocolate altogether. At the perfect just right point, you could allow yourself 3 or 4 chocolate squares a day, or not a day, but when you want, when you eat them. That's the bliss point. Eating the whole block goes over into indulgence and you lose the bliss point. So it's that perfect balance of doing stuff that you have to and doing stuff that makes you feel good, whether it comes to eating something, whether it comes to, the bliss point might be having 2 glasses of wine. The overindulgence is the bottle. So it's finding that perfect point in everything in your life that feels just right. Think about Goldilocks and the 3 bears. She found the bed that was just right. So you're looking for the bliss point in this pleasure diet challenge that will make all the difference, and it will make you come across as more attractive to the opposite sex because you are being happier in that space. And look, it can be really interesting. When I did the New Year's Eve singles party, I set the challenge and I asked people to say something that was great about 2019 and something that they were looking forward to in 2020. What was really interesting is how many people couldn't find one good thing within a whole year that they could say. Now, we can get caught up in being, it's a tough world we live in sometimes. There's awful things that happen. We've got the bushfires, which are absolutely awful and apocalyptic and, heartbreaking for so many people. But, no matter how bad life is, within a year there will be good moments. And you've got to make sure, we tend to be like Velcro for the bad moments in our lives. They tend to stick, yet the good moments can slide off and we don't tend to take as much attention to them. So I challenge you in 2020 to be present to the good moments, because in a whole year, there will be something good that happened to you. Try and notice it, be more present in those moments and appreciate them. And like at the end of the day, remember that's getting caught up in the gratitude and noticing what is good in your life, which is a bit what I can't even talk properly, which is a bit what that pleasure diet challenge is about. It's about trying to notice the good, being connected with moments that feel good and not be so outcome focused. So what have you done for yourself that caused you pure pleasure? I know for me today, what did I do? I had a mix of doing some work. So I needed to do some writing. It's not my favorite thing in the world to do, but I did it. And for the thing that I wanted to do that was solely for me, I've been rewatching Grey's Anatomy, and it used to be my favourite show, and I can tell why. And I watched an episode that made me cry, but it also made me feel good. It was that good crying from watching something. And it ended with my favourite song, which was Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol. So that's what I did for pleasure after I did my work. So what have you done that's purely for you? And you know, like I said, when you're single, doing things that make you happy makes you way more attractive to the opposite sex. Way more attractive. Anyway, enough of that. Now I want to say that we're fully booked for brunch this Sunday. So not plenty, there's still some places left for guys. And it's going to be, the last few times we've done it, it's been so much fun. So make sure if you're 40 plus, you go online. Tickets are selling fast to Rottnest. That's the following week. Make sure you do that. And I've got the workshop for women. Don't miss out on that. It's going to be the best money that you've ever spent. And I hope to see you soon. I've added some speed dating and our Valentine's Day event. So I hope to see you soon. Enjoy your, what night are we? Thursday night. Have a great night. Bye.